Hi, and welcome back to the Sallie Tomato YouTube channel. Today we're making the puppy pillow. This project is a snuggly dog bed with an attached blanket that your furry friend will absolutely love. This beginner-friendly project is perfect for using soft, cozy fabrics like fleece or cuddle, and it's totally customizable to fit dogs from extra small to extra large. Hey there, I'm Jess from Sallie Tomato. Welcome to our YouTube channel. If you're new here, we like to share easy, beginner-friendly sewing projects that are designed to build up your confidence in sewing and feel creative. If you enjoy our videos, be sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our future tutorials. The puppy pillow features a stuffed machine washable bed and a loose attached blanket that lets your pup snuggle in for the ultimate comfort. Whether you're sewing for your own pet or making gifts for a fellow dog lover, this project is sure to be a tail wagger. The puppy pillow is really special to me because it was my very first sewing pattern that I ever wrote. It's the very pattern that started it all and grew Sallie Tomato into what it is today. I've always loved pets, purses, and sewing, and while I was in college, I decided to pursue those passions and write this pattern as my inaugural publication in an attempt to begin my career in sewing. Back in high school, I worked at Nancy's Notions, so when I finished the pattern, I pitched it to their buyer, and they hesitatingly agreed to put it in their catalog alongside their fleece collection. And to everyone's surprise, it became a hit. That moment hooked me on pattern writing and inspired me to design more innovative, functional projects like bags. My dog Buddy was actually the original model for the pattern cover. I wrote the pattern in Microsoft Publisher and hand drew the illustrations. Although Buddy's no longer with us, his legacy lives on, and it's so heartwarming to know that dogs around the world are staying warm and cozy in their own puppy pillows. This pattern was designed to be soft, snuggly, and simple to sew. It's perfect for pet lovers and beginner sewists. The features of this project include an attached blanket that's loose enough for your dog to snuggle under, stuffed machine washable bed for comfort and convenience, beginner-friendly construction techniques, and it's customizable with multiple sizes for dogs from extra small to extra large. The recommended fabrics for this project are fleece or cuddle fabric, or anything soft and cozy and pet-friendly. For the filling, you'll need fiber fill, or you can repurpose used or store-bought pillows. Most puppy pillows take between 1 to 3 standard pillows depending on the size and the desired firmness. Before we get started on the tutorial, make sure to grab the puppy pillow pattern. Check the link in the description below to access the full instructions and the supply list. And while this pattern is available online, don't forget to check out your local quilt shop or fabric shop for your favorite supplies. Supporting local shops is a great way to build community and find the coziest fabrics for your pup's new favorite spot. And once you've gathered your pattern, fabric, and filling, you're ready to start sewing. This is a fun project that's as rewarding to make as it is to use, so get comfy, grab your fabric, and let's make a puppy pillow. For today's tutorial, I chose to use a soft fleece material, and I've cut out the extra small size, which will finish about 18 inches wide and 13 inches deep. It's helpful to label your pieces as you cut them. I've labeled the top and bottom as well as the blanket, so it's easy to grab the piece that I need. Start by deciding which piece will be the top piece of the bed, and set the rest of the pieces aside. Take a long ruler and mark 1 inch in from the front length side with a removable utensil such as chalk. Next, you'll also want to mark the center of both width sides as well as the back length side of the top bed piece. It's easiest to do this by folding each of the sides in half, matching the corners to find the center really quick, and use the chalk to mark the center. Repeat for the opposite width side. Along with the back length side. Set the top bed piece aside for the moment, and you'll want to repeat the same steps of marking the center width along with the center back length on the blanket piece. And what's great about this project is that accuracy is not critical, which makes it really beginner friendly. If your center marks are slightly off center, we are going to end up pleating the blanket, so you aren't going to notice if the center marks are a little bit off. As the pattern is designed, the front edge of the blanket will be left raw edge. However, if you wish to hem the front edge of the blanket, now is the time to do so. You can simply fold the long front edge of the blanket piece about 1/2 inch to the wrong side and top stitch 1/4 inch from the fold. Next, we have some additional markings to add to the top piece of the bed as well as the blanket. Again, we're going to mark on each of the width sides as well as the back length side. Fold each corner to match the previous center mark and mark along the fold. We'll repeat so that way we have 3 markings along each of the width sides and 3 markings total along the back length side. And again, don't worry about your markings being super accurate, since most of the recommended fabrics for this project are stretchy and forgiving. And like I mentioned previously, this series of markings will be on the top of bed piece along with the blanket piece. If you're using a chalk wheel like me, you may want to darken each of the markings after unfolding the fabric, so they're a little bit easier to see. Next, with right sides facing up, layer the blanket over the top bed piece. Align the markings on each of the width sides as well as the back length. Add a pin or sewing clip at each mark to secure both of the layers together. There will be extra fabric between the pins or clips. Do not worry about pinning or clipping the front or anywhere else yet. You may notice that the pleats at the sides edge of the blanket will be a little bit larger than along the back edge of the blanket, and that's okay, so it will allow space for your pet to access the blanket and easily snuggle inside. Next, align the front edge of the blanket with the 1-inch line across the front edge of the top bed piece. Pin or clip the front edges of the blanket in place. I do like to add pins across the front edge as much as possible to keep the material away from the seam allowance. Again, there will be excess fabric, but don't worry about that. The main purpose is to keep the front material out of the way while we sew. I'm using standard straight pins, but safety pins would be the ideal choice for this step, and you'll notice why later on during the final construction. Then align each of the back corners together and pin or clip in place. Next, starting along the back edge, pinch the excess blanket fabric between each marking and fold it toward the nearest corner. Pin or clip the fold in place. Then repeat between all of the markings and on both sides of the bed. And again, accuracy is not critical here. Your furry friend will love their bed no matter if their pleats are centered or not. Just try your best to pinch the fabric in the center between each of the clipped sections. If you would prefer to use a ruler and measure to make sure that each of the folded pleat fabric edges are more equally aligned along the back edge and the sides, that's up to you. The next step is to baste the outer edges along the side and the back length. Do not sew the front edge at all. I'm not going to add any pins in the center. I'm just going to make sure the fabric is out of the way as I sew. Over at the sewing machine, to do a basting stitch, you'll want to lengthen the stitch length to about 4 to 5 millimeters long. This is a quick stitch just to hold all of the fabrics in place. Try your best to keep the excess fabric away from the seam edges as we sew the project together. If you prefer, you can scrunch the fabric in the middle and add several pins to help keep everything away from the outer edges. Next, with right sides together, layer the bottom bed piece over the top of bed piece and blanket. Align all outer edges and clip the layers together. After clipping or pinning your pieces together, we'll head over to the sewing machine and we'll sew the fabrics together along the outer edges. We'll want to make sure to leave a 5-inch opening along the back edge for turning the project right side out. Also, as I mentioned before, just make sure that all of that excess fabric stays tucked inside away from the seam edges. As you approach where you began, you'll want to leave about 5 inches unsewn. So once you have reached that distance, backstitch, and we can remove the project from the sewing machine. Next, reach into the opening and pull the fabric through and gently push the fabric through the opening to turn the project so the fabric is facing right side out. If you used straight pins like I did, be very careful because you don't want to poke yourself, and this is where the safety pins would have really come in handy. Reach between the layers and poke out the corners gently. Also, look around the side edges and make sure you caught all edges of the blanket and the layers. Once your dog bed is completely turned right side out, you can stuff the bed with polyester fill until you reach the desired firmness for your pet bed. And finally, at the unsewn section, you'll want to turn the raw edges of the fabric towards the inside and hand sew or top stitch the turning hole closed. Thank you so much for sewing a puppy pillow with me. I hope you and your furry friend enjoy this cozy, practical project as much as we do. And be sure to tag us in your photos and use the hashtag SallieTomato and hashtag puppypillow. We absolutely love seeing your pup enjoy their new cozy bed. And that's all for today's project. A big thanks to Arrow Sewing for helping us create this beautiful functional studio space. Their thoughtful furniture designs make it so much easier to work on projects and stay organized, along with keeping all of our notions and supplies within reach. Having a space that's comfortable and efficient truly makes a difference when you're creating, especially when the ideas start flowing. If you want to see how incredible these cabinets are in person, we've added a link to Arrow's website in the description below so you can find a retailer near you. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and click that subscribe button. We have so many fun, easy tutorials to help you create confidently with Sallie Tomato. Thank you so much for watching. Give your pup some extra cuddles from us, and I hope you have a creative day.